With reporters John Gibson, Vicki Leviakis, Dan Noyes, Joe Oliver, Todd Pottinger, and Nina Schlossberg. This is The West, the news magazine of the West.
Welcome to The West. I'm Todd Pottinger. One woman's search for her brother's killer has uncovered a trail of international intrigue, organized crime, and murder for hire, a trail that starts at a very unlikely place. It's a small band of Native Americans called the Cabazons. The tribal rolls on this western reservation list fewer than 3 dozen members. But somehow, this tiny tribe has managed some big connections, from international arms dealers to the mafia, even the royal family of Saudi Arabia. Dissident tribal members say the tribe is literally out of control, that white men are now calling the shots, and the federal government is looking the other way. Welcome to the Cabazon Nation, all 1,700 acres of it east of Palm Springs. 30 tribal members call this home. Most live in a tidy suburb built from the profits of a nearby casino. But this Cabazon woman believes the Cabazon's prosperity has come at too high a price. Linda Streeter-Dukic's brother was overseeing tribal security when he told her he had proof that money was being skimmed from the Cabazon casino.
He's calling me in the middle of the night. And he'd say, I'm in the office here and I'm going through papers and I found this and I found that. I found this paper, I'm finding this document and that document. This connection with this person and that person and all these connections. And he was putting these papers together.
That was just before Fred Alvarez and 2 others were murdered in 1981. 8 years later, a secret witness before a congressional committee would reveal that Fred was murdered to convince the Cabazons to expand from card games to bingo.
What happened there?
There were several votes by the tribe to put bingo in place, and it was always voted out. Subsequently, 3 members of the tribe were found dead. Shortly thereafter, a vote was taken to put bingo in, and naturally the vote passed.
And who's behind the bingo there now?
An organized crime family.
And that's the Cabazon Rancheria?
Yes, sir.
But that testimony, as serious as it was, apparently did not move members of Congress to look any further into what was going on the Cabazon reservation. With all these allegations, didn't that ring a bell in your head?
It rang a bell, and we were told that all of these incidents were thoroughly investigated by the appropriate authority.
But 10 years after Fred's murder, federal and state investigators say they still can't find a link between his death and the Cabazon mob connection. This much we do know. John Philip Nichols, the outsider who established the Cabazon gambling operation, was himself convicted of trying to arrange 5 contract killings 4 years after Fred's death. The conviction forced Nichols to step down. His son Mark has since stepped in. The younger Nichols refused to appear on camera when we paid a visit to his office. If a representative of the reservation did not want to appear on camera, it would appear to an objective eye that you have something to hide.
Well, I guess that's a conclusion that you might draw.
We never did get an interview, but a letter from tribal attorneys categorically and unqualifiedly denies that there is or ever has been any organized crime infiltration of its gambling activities. We also received a 9-page fax that included a statement of regret about the unsolved murder of Fred Alvarez and offered condolences to his family. That's news to his sister. Linda's very public 10-year campaign to find Fred's killer and give the Nichols family the boot has led to the tribe cutting off her share of Cabazon profits. With all these big happenings on such a small reservation, you'd think the Bureau of Indian Affairs would want to step in to help Linda and the other Cabazons regain control of their land. But as unbelievable as it sounds, the Bureau told Linda and us that it's none of their business, that helping Linda would interfere in the tribe's internal affairs. And according to this sworn statement filed in a U.S. court, the federal government may have a reason to look the other way. The Cabazons maintained close liaison with certain elements of the United States government, it reads, including representatives of intelligence, military, and law enforcement agencies. The Cabazons are a sovereign nation. The sovereign immunity allowed them to support the needs of a number of foreign governments and forces, including governments in Central America and the Middle East. That statement was made by this man. He agreed to talk to us only if we did not show you his face.
You fear for your life right now?
Oh, absolutely. And I've been in fear for my life since the early 80s.
Michael Riconosciuto says he's being framed on drug charges to keep him quiet about what he saw while director of research for a Cabazon arms and security venture to develop and/or manufacture materials used in military and national security operations, including night vision goggles, machine guns, fuel-air explosives, and chemical warfare weapons.
It was very sophisticated night vision equipment, as well as the latest in sniper and counterinsurgency equipment. And there were representatives from the Internal Front for the Liberation of Nicaragua. You know, this was pre-Contra.
And all this stuff was developed on this Indian reservation?
Yes.
Contras and Cabazons? As incredible as Riconosciuto's stories are, documents confirm some unusual interests for a tribe of 30 Indians. This letter details negotiations between the Cabazons and the royal family of Saudi Arabia to provide security for the Crown Prince's palace. This letter proposes that the Cabazons produce ammunition for Argentina, Taiwan, and Turkey. So is there really a Cabazon connection? Congress now wants to know.
Written letters to all of the, to the CIA, to the Attorney General, to the FBI, to BIA, asking them to investigate these allegations and get back to us quickly. If these allegations are true, and fortunately now they are being investigated, as you know, and we should know, then of course it's going to be a very explosive situation, clearly, and one which there's numerous failures, including a failure on the part of Congress.
So where do things stand today on the Cabazon Reservation? The tribe continues to deny any wrongdoing, past or present. Linda continues her hunt for her brother's killer, and she may be getting some help. The local district attorney's office has told us they are now actively investigating Fred Alvarez's murder.